What's up, my guys? Welcome to the Wrasslin Report Card. This is the fourth episode. We're going to be covering the latest episode of Monday Night Raw. And I ain't talking about what I did with your mama last night, neither. Well, as y'all know, this show is like 17 hours long, so let's just get right on into it. The first segment we had was the Quiz Bowl, and that was going to be with the Alpha Academy and RK Bro. I'm not going to lie, this segment was pretty damn good. And let's just be honest about one thing. Let's give Chad Gable every goddamn belt known to mankind. Let's give him the WWE belt, the Universal belt. Hell, we'll even give him the AEW belt, Cody Rhodes weightlifting belt that he wears to the ring. I'll give him my daddy's belt that he used to whoop me with. Give that man his credit. And I'm going to let y'all know, I called it. I said it's going to come down to metric conversions, and the questions is going to be grams to ounces. I love the pot smoker references. Y'all know I did. Hell, can't even lie about it. But yeah, great skit to start RollOffs tonight, man. To be honest, the grade we're going to give it now, I'm going to give it an A-, man. I really love that shit. Hey, you can be a little corny in wrestling, and it's not all bad. But when you try to be corny and it ain't funny, that's when it's bad. But yeah, we're going to stick with an A-. So we go straight from that segment. The Street Profits run out, and we get an impromptu match between the Street Profits and the Alpha Academy. And Chad Gable and Antonio Dawkins, boy, I tell you what, they have great chemistry. I mean, at one point, you had Chad Gable did a flip over gut wrench, into which Antonio Dawkins stood up and hit a standing Granby. I mean, I'm talking great amateur wrestling. And Otis, who's built like a tree trunk, by the way, if none of y'all have heard on the latest few episodes of Raw, is severely underutilized and does not get enough credit. So we get to the finish anyways. Great wrestling by all four guys. But when we get to the finish, Chad Gable has the ankle lock, the Kurt Angle reference. To which Dawkins tries to roll out of with the little foot thing, and then Gable catches him up for the 1, 2, 3. Overall letter grade for this, I'm going to give it a B. Again, all four guys can go. And hey, we'll see where this tag team shit goes for sure. Then we get into the MVP and the Bobby promo during the commercial-free Raw. It was good. Yeah, I know a lot of people were hating on Bobby for his mic work. Hey, we all know how it is. That's why he has MVP. But it was really awesome hearing the crowd react to Bobby like that, getting that pop, hearing the Bobby chants. Man, if anybody deserves it, it is that guy. And then after that, we get into the AJ Styles Damian Priest match. Pretty good wrestling throughout the match. I wish it would have been a little bit longer, but I'll give them credit. They did go move after move after move. We get to the finish not too long after. AJ steps up on a springboard for the phenomenal forearm. 1, 2, 3. He gets the finish, clean finish, which we can't ask for enough of in the WWE. Overall, I'm going to go with this B- for the match. The match itself wasn't good, but I think it does set us up for a future opportunity with AJ and Damian for the U.S. title, which makes that feel important again after a while. Also, the Damian side didn't come out, so that kind of protected him tonight. I think next week he will get the win with the Damian side coming out. Maybe he's learning how to control it. I kind of like that, though. After that, we get welcome to Miz TV. And let me tell y'all what. The Miz brought up Dominic Mysterio being Eddie Guerrero's son. And if any of y'all watched this back in 2005, especially that SummerSlam, y'all know what that means. There was a whole ladder match over this scenario. It was crazy. The whole thing was pretty solid until Maurice opened up her mouth and said the dumbest line I've ever heard. I would repeat it, but I'd probably lose half my subscribers, which would be 12 if I did. So I'm not going to do that. After that, we go straight into a match between Dominic and The Miz. Pretty solid. If you watched last week, you know that Rey Mysterio got falsely ejected for tripping The Miz, even though he didn't. This week, Maurice trips Dom. The ref catches her, kicks her out. While he's focused on that, Rey Mysterio comes up behind and actually trips The Miz and doesn't get caught, to which distracts The Miz. And Dominic gets the finish with the 1, 2, 3 with the surprise roll-up. It was a pretty good match. All in all, I'm going to give it a B-. That Maurice line really did stink. Like, it was terrible. Other than that, it was a pretty good segment, though. Miz, Rey Mysterio probably going to happen at Elimination Chamber. I don't think any of us are mad at that. But what I am mad about is this whole Nikki Ash character. Like, come on, this has been corny from the start. Like, and now she's a heel? No. I'm not trying to do that. Anyway, she has a match with Bianca tonight, who is GOATed, in my opinion. They have a match, actually a pretty solid match. Early on in the match, Nikki Ash gets to working on Bianca's knee. It was her left one, actually. Bianca sells it great. After that, Bianca just goes into Super Saiyan mode. Y'all know how she does. She hits a suplex. After that, she picks her up for another suplex. She notices she's too close to the back rope. She walks Nikki Ash like 9-10 steps forward and then suplexes her. After that, she kicks her in the side of the face, hits her with the KOD for the 1-2-3. I'm telling you, Bianca is on that level. If we're going to go have to grade this, I'm going to give it a B-. Again, it was short, it was sweet, but can we be honest? With this whole Nikki Ash character, can we pick it all up, put it into a trash bag, throw it out to the curb like y'all did with Mickie James and stuff? Thank you. But I'll get off my high horse about that, and let me get on to our next segment, which was Kevin Owens versus Austin Theory. Man, and can I just say one thing? Kevin Owens probably has one of the deepest arsenals in professional wrestling. And Austin Theory is pretty solid too. Like, no lie, at one point, there was a transition where we went from ATL attempts to stunner attempts to a belly-to-back suplex to a top rope avalanche, fireman's carry, overhead, front flip slam. I don't even know what to call it. I don't think Corey Graves did neither. But it was insane. And may I ask another thing? Can we just keep Kevin Owens as a face? Like the wise Batista once said, "Give me what I want." I held back some spit there, but you know what I'm saying. Let's just keep him as a face. That's what we all want. We want to cheer Kevin Owens. Overall, for the whole match, though, I'm going to give it a B. It would have been higher other than the fact that we had another 50-50 booking match by Vince McMahon. And to be honest, those just happen way too often. Biz coming. I don't know what y'all want me to do about that. But next up on Raw, we had the Becky and the Lita segment. The only thing I can say about that really is that anytime WWE goes to Saudi Arabia, just know that a legend is going to get a title shot after 15 years. Especially when other people have been working for the last 5 and don't get shit. But we'll let that slide because it is Lita. The segment was a lot better than I thought it would be. Becky actually started off this time beating her up, and then Lita hit her twist of fate into the moonsault that she hits. Honestly, I wish this time they would have let Becky kind of beat up on her a little bit because the crowd is definitely behind Lita. So let her get beat up a little bit. Let the crowd get invested into her. Overall, I'm going to give this segment a B-. It's Lita. I think it should have been better. But also, it wasn't terrible for the run that Becky's been on. Next up, you got Liv versus Doudrop, a.k.a. Mama Debo. Not gonna lie, it was better than I expected it to be. Liv's pretty solid in the ring, but let's be honest, she needs a manager going forward. She's kind of like the female Bobby Lashley. Great, just needs a little bit of help. Anyways, it ends up with Doudrop hitting the Vader bomb for the 1-2-3. Mama Debo gets the win. Overall, I'm gonna give the match a C+. Like, could have lived without it, especially going into the women's elimination chamber. And we didn't get the surprise entrant that we were promised to get. But I'm not going to weigh that into my grading. Still a C+. After that, we get into the latest of the Alexa therapy segments. I've let it slide for a while. I'm not going to let it slide no more. What the hell are we doing? You want to get to grading? I'm giving it a D. Like, come on. Let's get somewhere with this. Anyways, I'll get over that. Let me put my beer down. Up next, we got the Matt Riddle versus Seth Rollins main event. The one we've been promised all day. That was going to be a banger. Let me pick my beer back up, man. This was, what the hell? What the hell? We got maybe 3 or 4 minutes of TV time of this match without the commercial. And then WWE did what they always do. They brought in Kevin Owens. They brought in Randy Orton. Disqualification. And then what? We get an impromptu tag team match. Is that what we wanted? No. Not at all. But that's what we got. And we get to the finish. Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins, an unestablished tag team, beats the number 1 contenders for the Raw Tag Team Champions with a stomp. 1, 2, 3. That's the end. RK Bro loses. So when it comes to the letter grade for that, for the main event, I'm going to give it a C-. It wasn't what we wanted. It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't what we wanted. And RKO does not salvage a shitty booking ending. With that being said, we finally got all the greats in. Now let's get the report card for our first ever review of Monday Night Raw for the February 7th edition. And it came out to be a B-. Thank you everybody for tuning in today. Once again, I'm Cody. Please, if you have it in your hearts, like, subscribe, and comment to tell me how much of an idiot I am. Y'all have a great day and be safe.